What if the thing that's quietly stealing your strength isn't time? Imagine this. You're in your 60s or even beyond. You've made it through decades of hard work, sacrifice, and lessons only life can teach. You've raised families, built careers, kept homes steady through chaos. And now, for the first time, you finally have the space to live for yourself. But something feels off. You still have dreams. You still feel young in spirit. Yet your body sometimes says otherwise. Maybe you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep. Or perhaps your energy fades before the day is halfway done. Your mind wants to stay engaged. Your heart wants connection. But your stamina, your drive, even your intimacy has changed. You're not alone. This isn't weakness. This isn't failure. This is a natural part of aging, but that doesn't mean you have to accept decline as destiny. In the words of Dr. Henry Caldwell, a physician known for guiding thousands of older adults through the maze of midlife changes, you don't need to feel old just because your birth certificate says so. That, right there, is the essence of elderly wisdom, knowing the difference between what's inevitable and what's preventable. According to Dr. Caldwell, many of the issues men face after 60, fatigue, sluggishness, lower vitality, aren't caused by age alone. They're symptoms, clues, warnings. Often, the body is simply lacking the right fuel. And more often than not, that fuel comes in the form of something shockingly simple: vitamins. But not just any vitamins. Not the kind gathering dust on a shelf. These are nutrients that directly impact blood flow, stamina, hormone balance, and cellular repair. And chances are, you're not getting enough of them. Today, we'll begin with the one that might surprise you most. And yet it's been with you since the day you were born. Vitamin D, the light you've been missing. Let's face it, most of us grew up being told to stay out of the sun. Cover up, wear a hat. But somewhere along the way, we forgot that sunshine isn't just pleasant, it's necessary. Vitamin D is more than a supplement. It's a biological command. Your skin turns sunlight into a hormone that supports everything from bone health to immunity. But for men over 60, there's one function that truly sets it apart: circulation. Vitamin D helps your body produce nitric oxide, the molecule that allows blood vessels to relax and expand. That's essential for maintaining healthy blood flow, not just to your heart and muscles, but to the areas that support intimacy, confidence, and performance. Dr. Caldwell often says, poor circulation is the first domino in a long fall. Without it, you may feel colder, weaker, and emotionally flat. You may chalk it up to aging, but the truth is, over 40% of adults over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, especially during the winter months. So how can you restore it? The simplest way is also the most natural: sunlight. Try to step outside for 15 to 20 minutes daily, ideally in the morning when the rays are soft and the world is quiet. Let that be your meditation, your moment of peace, your reset. If weather or lifestyle keeps you indoors, turn to your plate. Fatty fish like salmon, tuna, and sardines are rich in vitamin D. So are fortified dairy, mushrooms, and certain cereals. But even with the best diet, supplementation may be necessary. Dr. Caldwell recommends a high-quality D3 supplement, but warns, always check with your doctor before starting anything new. The right dose depends on your unique body and history. Now, you may be wondering, how does all this tie into the bigger picture? Because the moment you start giving your body what it needs, you begin to change everything. More energy means more movement. Better circulation means clearer thinking, better sleep, and stronger drive. These changes ripple outward, helping you embrace not just a healthy aging lifestyle, but one rooted in purpose and dignity. And don't forget, when your health improves, so does your home life. Feeling more vibrant allows you to participate more actively in reorganizing your space, rethinking your surroundings, and living with intention. That's where senior decluttering rules and home organization after 60 come in. It all connects dots, so if you've been feeling foggy, heavy, or simply off, maybe it's not aging. Maybe it's a lack of light inside and out. In part 2, we'll talk about the vitamin that fuels your cells like a spark plug and why low energy doesn't have to be your new normal. If this message is already striking a chord with you, don't let it stop here. Stay with us. Stay awake. Stay curious. When we come back, you'll discover what most men over 60 are missing and how restoring it could bring back the sharpness, clarity, and stamina you thought were gone forever. And if you're still watching, you're already different. You're already choosing not to settle. Keep going. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Not just awake, but alert, clear, fully present. The kind of energy that doesn't come from caffeine or willpower, but from within. The kind of energy that lets you follow through on a walk with your partner, a repair project in the garage, or simply reading a book without your mind drifting. For too many men over 60, that spark feels like it's gone. And yet, in Dr. Henry Caldwell's decades of medical practice, he's seen something remarkable. Sometimes it's not a lack of motivation, but a lack of B12. Vitamin B12 is the quiet powerhouse of the body. You don't feel it working. You don't even think about it, but it fuels nearly every system that keeps you functioning. It's the bridge between your food and your energy, between your nervous system and your strength, between your blood and your brain. When B12 levels drop, and they often do as we age, the symptoms creep in like fog. You wake up tired. You feel mentally dull. Your stamina fades halfway through the day. Sometimes you forget simple things. And while that might feel like cognitive decline, Dr. Caldwell is clear. Before you worry about memory loss, check your B12. That's not just elderly wisdom, it's science-backed insight. Low B12 can lead to chronic fatigue even after sleep, weakened physical and sexual endurance, muscle weakness, and tingling brain fog, poor focus, and forgetfulness. And here's the thing. Your body becomes less efficient at absorbing B12 from food as you get older. That means even if you eat well, you might still be running low. So how do you fix it? Start with your plate. B12 is found in lean meats like turkey, chicken, and beef, eggs, milk, and seafood like shrimp, salmon, and clams. These foods are nutrient-rich and help support the balance between mental alertness and physical energy. If you're vegetarian or have dietary restrictions, fortified foods like cereals and plant-based milk can help, but they're rarely enough on their own for older adults. That's why Dr. Caldwell often recommends a B12 supplement, and in more severe cases, even B12 injections under a doctor's supervision. The results can be dramatic. Men report feeling more energetic, mentally sharper, and even emotionally uplifted within just a few weeks. And here's where this connects to the bigger picture of life after 60. When your body runs efficiently, you feel younger. And that shift doesn't just stay in your body. It spills into your home, your habits, your relationships. You begin making better decisions about how you live, what you keep, and what you let go of. You might find yourself finally taking action on senior decluttering rules, realizing that simplifying your surroundings isn't about giving up, but about making space for energy to flow. You may finally feel ready for that long-awaited home organization after 60, creating rooms that support comfort, movement, and clarity of thought. You become more aware of how clutter-free living doesn't just apply to stuff, it applies to your energy, your time, and your purpose. And that, Dr. Caldwell says, is where transformation begins, not just with a vitamin, but with a shift in how you show up for your life. So ask yourself this. What would you do tomorrow if you had more energy today? Would you finally start that project? Would you cook that recipe you've been meaning to try? Would you finally pick up the phone and call someone you've lost touch with? You don't need to wait for a better season. You don't need to wait until you feel like it. Sometimes you just need to give your body what it's been quietly begging for. Fuel it. Nourish it. Trust it. When we return in part 3, we'll explore the vitamin that protects your blood vessels, supports your heart, and plays a direct role in your testosterone levels. A vitamin most men overlook, and many never realize they're lacking. And, once again, if you're still here, that tells me something powerful. You're still in the game. You're not done building, not done becoming, not done living with vitality. You're just getting started. There's a quiet rhythm inside you, a pulse, a flow, a life current. When that flow is strong, you feel it in everything. Your breath is easier. Your thoughts are sharper. Your body responds with strength instead of resistance. But when that current weakens, everything changes. Dr. Henry Caldwell calls it the silent decline. Because poor circulation doesn't always start with pain. It often starts with disinterest, with a sense that something's off, that your stamina isn't what it used to be, that your drive, both physical and emotional, feels muted. And many times, the missing link is vitamin E. You may know it as the skin vitamin or the fertility vitamin. But for men over 60, vitamin E is a circulation essential, a frontline defense against oxidative stress, inflammation, and hormonal decline. It's not flashy. You won't feel it working overnight. But slowly, consistently, it supports the very systems that allow you to feel alive. Vitamin E does 3 things remarkably well. 1. Enhances blood flow. It keeps blood vessels flexible, open, and strong. This means better oxygen delivery to your heart, muscles, and intimate areas. Weak circulation is one of the top causes of erectile dysfunction in older men, and vitamin E helps address that at the source. 2. Reduces chronic inflammation. As Dr. Caldwell explains, inflammation is like a slow-burning fire. Over time, it damages not just your joints and arteries, but your reproductive health, memory, and mood. Vitamin E acts as a shield protecting your cells from long-term damage. 3. Supports testosterone production. Testosterone isn't just about sex drive. It's about energy, confidence, motivation. And vitamin E plays a role in regulating the hormones that keep that fire alive. So how do you get more of this powerful ally into your life? Start with food. Snack on almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, small handfuls, rich in vitamin E and good. Fats. Use extra virgin olive oil generously on salads, roasted veggies, or even as a finishing drizzle. Eat your greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. They nourish more than your body. They steady your mind. This isn't a diet. It's a return to wisdom. A healthy aging lifestyle built on small, lasting choices. And here's something many don't realize: when your blood flows better, so does your life. You move easier. You think clearer. You sleep deeper. You feel more connected, not just to your partner, but to yourself. This is when you begin noticing your surroundings differently. Clutter that once faded into the background now feels heavy. You start craving clutter-free living, not out of pressure, but out of clarity. You ask yourself, what deserves space in my home? What deserves space in my life? This is the turning point, where downsizing tips for seniors become more than advice. They become a philosophy. Not just letting go of what's old, but making room for what's possible. And when you take action, when you organize that room, clean that drawer, pass along items you no longer need, something else happens. Your energy rises. Your confidence returns. You feel capable again. Dr. Caldwell says, circulation doesn't just carry blood. It carries life. It carries momentum. And when you restore it, you reclaim more than your health. You reclaim your presence. So if You've been feeling disconnected from your body, out of rhythm with yourself. Maybe it's not aging. Maybe it's stagnation. And vitamin E can help you break free. But remember, vitamins don't work in isolation. They are part of a greater symphony, one that includes how you sleep, how you move, how you breathe, and how you live. And that's where we're headed next. In our final part, we'll go beyond vitamins into the lifestyle shifts that awaken strength, restore clarity, and build a future where you're not just surviving, but thriving with purpose. Because the real goal here isn't just performance, it's presence. If you've stayed with me this far, it means you're ready. Ready to lead your life, not just manage it. Ready to embody elderly wisdom, that beautiful balance of strength and surrender, power and grace. You've still got more to give. Let's help your body give it. There comes a moment in every man's life when he looks around and wonders, how did I get here? Not in regret, but in reflection. A quiet reckoning. You look at your home, your body, your schedule, and you begin to sense that some things are working against you. Clutter, noise, distraction, fatigue. You want to move forward, but something invisible holds you back. Dr. Henry Caldwell has spent years helping men untangle that feeling. And the truth is this: sometimes what's weighing you down isn't just age. It's accumulation. In the body, in the mind, in the home. And that's where the real healing begins, not just with vitamins, but with decisions. You've learned about vitamin D for blood flow, vitamin B12 for energy and mental clarity, vitamin E for circulation and hormone support. Each one a tool, a spark. But even the best tools mean little if they're buried beneath the weight of everything you haven't yet released. This is where elderly wisdom takes on its full meaning. It's not just about knowing more, it's about living with less and living with purpose. You start to ask the harder questions. Why am I still holding on to this? Is this serving me or draining me? What does freedom really look like at this age? This is the heart of senior decluttering rules. It's not just about junk drawers or old clothes. It's about energy, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Start with one drawer, one corner, one decision. Not out of pressure, but out of clarity. Because with every item you release, you're making space. Space for movement. Space for connection. Space for yourself. It's the same with your body. Start with one step, one vitamin, one walk in the sun. It's all connected. And as you clear your home, you start to see it differently. Maybe that room doesn't need a desk anymore. It needs a yoga mat. Maybe your kitchen could support a cleaner routine. This is where home organization after 60 becomes not just a project, but a philosophy. Your home isn't a museum. It's a sanctuary. Let it reflect who you're becoming, not just who you've been. You might begin pursuing clutter-free living, not as an aesthetic, but as a declaration. I choose ease. I choose simplicity. I choose vitality. And as that simplicity flows through your space, it flows into your decisions. You sleep better. You eat with more intention. You stop overcommitting. You begin walking more, stretching more, saying yes to what truly nourishes you. This, Dr. Caldwell reminds us, is senior home safety at its finest, not just fall prevention, but freedom preservation. Because the most dangerous thing we can lose isn't our balance. It's our sense of self. You are still you. No number can erase that. No diagnosis. No calendar. And here's the best part. It's not too late. It's never too late to return to strength, to clarity, to joy. To choose, today, a life that's decluttered, regret-free. This is your invitation. Not to chase youth, but to reclaim vitality. Not to impress others, but to honor yourself. So, take the step. Start with sunlight. Add a few key foods. Consider your supplements. Organize your kitchen. Clear your nightstand. Call your doctor. Talk to your partner. Walk around the block. Small shifts. Big results. And if you're still here, if you've listened all the way through, then you already know you're not just a man over 60. You are a man in motion. A man with wisdom. A man with a future. Let that truth rise in you. Let it shape how you live, how you eat, how you rest, how you choose. You have more power than you've been told. Now, use it. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or loved one who might need it too. Click the bell so you never miss another video designed to empower your health, your home, and your future. And if you watch this all the way through, drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready to live lighter." We'll know you're walking the path of real transformation. Your next chapter is waiting. Let's build it with intention together.